Spark a conversation, verbal elation, stimulation, education. This is Menage with the Mary Jane Maven. When we on the air, it's always a lituation. Might talk about some litigation, might talk about some immigration, might talk about some politics, but never talking nonsense. Yes, we on in the slide. Watch and listen, it's a vibe. Watch it while you getting high, or you can listen while you drive. Just don't forget to subscribe.
Hold up, trying to get high.
Welcome to Menage with the Mary Jane Maven podcast with your host, the Mary Jane Maven. I am the producer, the hubby. Follow us on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Show us some love and click that subscribe button now. Don't forget to click the bell so you get notifications and click the like button on the videos.
And now, your host.
So I would like everybody, when you see me out and about, just go ahead and call my name just like that. Just say, Mary, hey. Just do that. Loud, soft, You can throw a yee in front of it. No. Hello, guys. How are you? Welcome back. You know who this is? Your girl, the Mary Jane Maven. And I appreciate all of you coming back to spend some time with me and menage. Have a good old time. I have a very special guest co-host this evening. And I'm super excited because this is a connection that once again social media has made. But I love to be able to collaborate and of course, create content, especially with my fellow king and queens. So one moment we'll go ahead and we'll let you guys know who that is. So before I get started, you guys know what you need to do. If you haven't already, I need you to go in and go in and subscribe if you haven't already. Go in and leave a little comment, holla at me. I had a couple of comments to share this episode, so we'll see if I can get them in, and a question, a little bit of advice that a listener is looking for. So we'll see if we can get that in. But you guys know what to do. I want to say this. Go ahead and smash that button because it's a banger. You guys know what that's from. So I'm gonna start today off, guys. I usually have this like super just you know poignant quote that I want to read, something that I want you to just dwell upon. Um, Today I'm feeling a little bit different. My boys are gone; they're at grandpa's. It's just me and hubby. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's that I just got a nice, re-up, a nice refreshment of some medicine that I'll be enjoying this evening. Maybe it's that I'm actually on time with my homework for my schoolwork this week. I did it all in like 3 hours last night. I don't know. But this is the quote. It's a quote in essence. So I just want to see where I'm start. Here we go. Man, I got summer hating on me because I'm hotter than the sun. Got spring hating on me because I ain't never sprung. Winter hating on me because I'm colder than y'all. And I will never fall. I'm being hated by the seasons. So I was not gonna cuss. Fuck y'all, ain't for no reason. You guys don't know what that is. But right after that, hey, Mr. Carter.
Weezy F Bag.
So dope. So dope. Thank you, Mr. Dwayne Carter. Appreciate you for all of your knowledge. What I find really funny is that he doesn't remember what he writes. About a year ago, sometime during quarantine, we were watching him. I don't remember what it was. It was an interview on something. And this girl stood up and basically just started spitting bars like I just did, dropping hot fire. And he said, "Man, that's good. You should record it." And she was like, "That was yours." And he had no idea that that was his verse. None. Yeah, but much love to him as always. So, as you guys are getting prepared, for our smoke and salutations, let me please go ahead and welcome and introduce you to our very special guest co-host this evening. So we have, someone who is a fellow podcaster, someone who also is a connoisseur of the beautiful, beautiful plant Mary Jane. Somebody who speaks his mind and is living with what I believe is within his purpose, and providing you guys with some great entertainment along the way. So if you guys don't know, you will know now. And I expect you all to go out and follow, like, support, and of course, get your life this evening. Please welcome Big Kurt, who is the host of Smokin Section.
What's going on, man? Well, thank you for having me. Let me first say that.
No problem. So I probably shouldn't have smoked before, because I was like getting confused between, I know the name, confused of my cousin's podcast who was on last week, because you guys do both have the same beginning word of your podcast.
Okay.
Yes. So shout out Smokin Bones podcast, and shout out to Big Kurt. So
Yeah, I seen that the one that you had with the Smokin Bone guys.
yeah,
They were playing the dominoes. Yeah.
That was fun. So yeah, I can't wait to do some more with them. Yeah, we just basically sat around and I just talked shit to them like I always do. That's spam right there. So as I'm waiting for my medicine to be rolled here, really quickly, I want to talk to you guys about a couple of brands as we get into our brands and favorite strain of the week. So before I start, Big Kurt, won't you tell us a little bit about what you are enjoying at this moment? Or what would you, if you could just have a magic wand and say, hey, I want this strain back. This was fire. What would
I want
that
it
be?
back. Right now, I'm gonna tell you what I got. What I'm smoking. I'm smoking on some Seattle's Private Reserve. Let me see if I can get that.
Okay. Okay.
And this is I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's Driving Miss Daisy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. I don't think we've had that on here in Cali.
Yeah, I don't think it's out there, but yeah, but it's, I don't know, because they travel out there to Cali a lot, the people that run this company, so it might be out there.
I'm gonna have to check it out. And say their name one more time, shout them out so people can
Okay.
support them as well.
Yeah, Seattle Private Reserve is the cannabis company right here. Seattle Private Reserve.
And is that an indica,
This
sativa?
is
What's your
this right here is gonna be a indica,
okay?
but it's about like 60-40, but it's
Okay. So hybrid.
Yep.
So you and the hubby could definitely smoke together. Like when I was ordering, it took me forever because I was like, man, 36%, and it's all indica. Like I was like, man, I got shit to do later, because I will be stuck. I am me and indicas. I mean, even though we've had 15 months, 16 months to kind of be at home and smoke, and I should have been able to, work that out. No. I get the munchies, and then I'm like, turn on American Dad. That's what I put on when I'm getting ready to turn in for the night. And then the TV's watching me. But so I do, I'm gonna make this double-ended here because I did tell you earlier it's either or, but what strain do you wish that you could just manifest right in front of you?
Oh
Endless
man,
amounts.
it's gonna have to be some old, like, oh man, some OG perp. I like that OG perp, man.
Okay. Okay.
The stuff from back, yeah, the stuff from when I was growing up smoking that shit was pretty fire.
Yes.
And,
So that
like,
reminds
it's hard
me.
to find stuff like that now, though.
Yep. Yeah, because everything is and there's nothing wrong with it. People are becoming horticulturalists. Some are just doing some shit to see what happens. They're just, playing
Right.
like a chemistry set. But I do remember when we were back in Davis, we were in college, we used to get, remember when it was like the stickier and the more purple it was like, yes, you were
Yeah.
excited. You roll it, break it down, and your fingertips would be all sticky.
Yep.
Looking like a good old frosted flake. And it was so funny because I think about it then, and to me, it was the smell. It was, it was the color. It was the name. A little more of the name back then, where it came from. We were all about like getting our weed from the Bay. And I didn't think anything about a terp. I didn't think anything about cannabinoid. I didn't think anything about that. Um, yeah, it's just so funny how I've evolved, and as everybody should, if you're going to enjoy the plant, make sure you really understand all aspects of it and the benefits of it.
Yeah.
'Cause like, like Kat says, he put it here. No, not Kat, sorry. Almost misquoted. As Smokey says, he put it here for me and you. Plant growth.
Hey, he ain't
So,
lying though.
have you seen him recently? Speaking of Chris Tucker,
No, I have not seen him. These
he he was on a Jimmy Kimmel. But Anthony Anderson has been hosting because Jimmy Kimmel, he's like, I take all summer off. He worked everything else and was like, I'm off.
right.
So he was just kind of, first of all, he's hella big. So I'm like, he can't come back and play Smokey unless Smokey was going to come back, like they said, and be straight and narrow. And, I could see him actually coming back and being like a pastor or like a deacon or something like that.
Right, because that's what I heard. I heard that they were gonna have him like be getting out of rehab and have him clean, but have
Yeah.
DC Young Fly play his son and have him be like, the old Smokey, the new
Yeah.
Smokey.
Oh my gosh. Genius thoughts. If they
Yeah.
did, DC Young Fly would be a
Man,
perfect son for him.
that's
Oh my God.
yeah, that'll go crazy. That'll go crazy.
Look, let somebody, whoever watches this now or later, and you like, you know what, let me go ahead and tweet this or pass this on. Let's get this out there. Cube, I know you're busy with the Big 3 League and all. So, as we know, that is the introduction to Spark Up for our Spark and Salutations.
Oh hell yeah.
If you, I don't blame you if you've already started medicating. But please join. This is okay. So this is a combination. So I had my best friend's in-laws. They're so sweet. They grow, and they gave me this.
Oh shit.
And they were like, it's just some trimmings. No, it's not. There are full buds that on here. They just give
it up.
Grammy and Pop Pop. And so we've been smoking that, and a little bit of Doobie Ashtray mix is here. Because we went through our last fairly quickly.
Man, bud goes so quick.
So quick. And and it's, I refuse to pay prices for eighths that I was paying in 2001, 2002, because that's when, the weed was getting better.
Right.
But I cannot go into a dispensary and you look at me and tell me an eighth is $70. What? Like, can I bring it back like popcorn at the movie theater and give it refilled? Like, what do you mean?
Refilled? Like, what's going on? Yeah. This is crazy.
So are you guys up there? What's your taxes like? Do you guys?
Man, no, it depending on the brands and stuff, man, that shit can be a lot, Like we got like shit that people drop, like brands drop like exclusive shit, and it'd be like $73 or like, I'm like, I'm not with that. I'm with you. I'm like, I'm not paying that much, man. Fuck that.
Man, look, I could have all the money, Stimmy just came, that earned income tax credit just came, some stuff like that, and I'm still like $25. I look 25 to 40, and if getting close to that 40, like getting to 30, 35, I'm
right.
Like, I will support certain brands, just like you guys found out last week. I had the pleasure of meeting the real Freeway Ricky Ross, and he has a brand.
Shit.
Yeah, $60 for an eighth.
Oh, there we go.
But supporting, and I was doing demo work, so I got a little vendor discount, which made that work. Because I told my husband, I was like, why are you taking so many nugs out that jar? You need to break that down, get back to old school, roll a pinner if you have to, stretch that out. But shout out to LA King pen. I was looking for the empty jar. I keep everything. I have a drawer completely full of empty jars. I don't know what I'm saving them for.
Man,
But
I keep empty jars too because when I get weeds in the bag, I transfer it. I don't like it in the bag.
yeah, that's 1000% true. And I always have people hit me up. I like to, take pictures, especially when I'm supporting brands on my Instagram.
Right.
And I always have people hit me up like, get that out the bag. Let's get it. I have it. Like, I appreciate it, but I'm the Mary Jane Maven, guys. It's part of what I do. It's to educate and, treat the plant the way that it deserves. And, I use my paper, my plastic bags for my guts and for, all the other shit. So it doesn't end up all over my tray.
Right.
Which is a trade that we've had since we got together 20 years ago. I like to share that as well. So I'm looking at it right now. Like if we ever were just like no more weed, we could just go ahead and scrape this this tray. And we'd be pretty lit. So I did want to go ahead. I know you just talked about your favorite strain there, your favorite brand right now. Do you know a lot about that brand? Is that brand part of an equity brand, equity program, or are they, just just a regular brand you like to pick up?
Yeah. I'm not too sure if they're part of equity, but yeah, no, it's a brand that I've been smoking for a while now. I got the chance to meet the owner of the brand. They came through and dropped off some merch. Yeah, they've been just showing love, man. So yeah, I got some things in the works with that brand. Me and that brand go have put some things together.
All right. Well, exciting.
Hell yeah.
I love that.
I'm excited about it. Thank you.
Yes. So I do want to find out about that event that you went to before we get into some can of culture talk.
Okay.
Before I do that, I do want to shout out the brands that I purchased this evening. I tried to purchase. I'm real good for going towards the ones that I really like. Big Tree's my shit right now. I like Ilion. No, am I saying right? Ilion? Yeah. I love Loud Pack. So luckily they were on sale.
Okay.
Good sale, $15 for an eighth, and it's fire.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Deli Greens, which is by Kaliva. So it's actually, they, they're expanding. They have basically a portfolio of brands. And so this is one.
Okay. How much was that one?
This was 15.
Okay.
This 8 to 10. Like I said, I'll be looking. Look how plus the delivery fees and taxes.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, but that's dope though because we got a segment on the show called Budget Bud.
Okay.
And we like to find the best bud at the best price. But we still go for quality, but we want to get it for a good price because everybody don't want to pay $60 for an eighth, right?
And everybody can't. This is really medicine to some people.
Yeah, exactly.
And in order for us to normalize it, we can't scare people away by the pricing. We can't do the same thing that the medical industry does, which is scare people out, or they can't go, they can't get their medicine, or whatever it may be. So, having these, I don't want to call them, budget brands. It's not a bad thing,
right?
But I want to say that they're just being pocket friendly. They are being responsible medicinal providers versus big pharma, which is like, hey, you got a cough, it's gonna be $1,700 for you to get this cough medicine. And other bullshit. But so this brand is called B.O.B. Stash. I almost didn't get it because I am not a fan of B.O.B. and its name is spelled just like that. But this isn't his brand. So this one is I know that's why I'm torn. So my brand that I wish that would come back is Headband. And every time I think of it, I hear that damn song in my head, then I get mad at myself because B.O.B. believes that the world is flat. Him and the other guy. He did, and then Google it. He's He's a flat earther. Sure. Fact, yes. Ask Auntie Google. I'm telling you, this is what we do. So welcome to. So we have some wedding cake here. You guys know I say it all the time. Percentages don't always mean better, high, or whatnot. But like I said, my babies aren't here, so I went ahead and I got especially for the price. So this one is 24%. I was one on the little lower end.
It's on the high side right
I
there.
saw one that was 9. Now that was funny.
You should say that again.
I saw one that was 9% THC.
Oh, okay. Because
Like that's for my mom. Like if I could get my mom to smoke,
right.
without her getting paranoid.
I took a trip to Portland and got some weed, and I just got it based off the smell. Because in Portland, they take the jar, they pull the weed out for you and everything. You get to smell it, and
Yes,
they weigh it and jar it for you. So I went based off the smell. And then when I got in the car, I looked at the THC percentage. The lowest one I had was 12%, and it was more fire than the one that was the highest, which was 25.
So same thing. 2 years ago now. Sorry, I gotta remind everybody about love. We went a couple years ago. My son plays basketball, plays AAU, and we were there for a tournament. And I had done my research. I knew that Portland had the most strip clubs per capita out of anywhere. So I was like, let's see if we can sneak away for that. And I knew that they actually had even more, weed stores, and the prices were crazy. I remember we pretty much got enough to make it where we could go to a new dispensary every day. Which, we were on vacation, so maybe an eighth, maybe a quarter. But I remember the first time I ordered, and I told hubby, I said, we just got a quarter for $13. And he's like, it's gonna be garbage, it's gonna be trash. Man, we laid in that hotel room. We told it like this is how cool we were. We were like, boys, come get in the bed with us and watch a movie, which we were just glutton for punishment because my boys just always it's a vibe.
Right.
But yeah, so I remember getting some really fire weed for cheap pricing, and the fact that you can smell it and they'll open it for you. And every place there is kind of like what our dispensaries were like when they were just medicinal. They all look like they just went and bought somebody's house, or like it was a shed, and they went ahead and just put some weed in. Like every location was just very Portland, I'll say, and that's not a bad thing, but just very, it is what it is. But I would take that out there strictly, to re-up, and
It'd be cheap down there for that, man. It'd be good prices.
yeah, it definitely does. I'm interested. I would love to be able to take a trip to each state, kind of see how the cannabis community is there, how the weed is, especially when we have more states that are jumping on the bandwagon, which they should.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the southern states, that so many of them are like, let's do it,
Right?
And they're all, now they're putting limitations, but they're providing people the opportunity to not be criminalized any longer, which is super important. We know as people of color, we've been the most disenfranchised. So this is what happens when you smoke. So real quick. So greens, the deli green, back to this real quick. This one is, oh, my eyes are. This is 29%. This is a gelato.
Man, I love gelato.
$15. So
it's a good price.
Yeah, I can send you to the phone if you guys want that. And then we have our loud pack here. Have you ever heard of this brand or any of the ones that I just shared?
Yeah, I heard of loud pack.
Fire. I've never once been disappointed. This was 18 for an eighth. Buds are pretty big. And this one is 34%.
Damn.
So, yep.
And that was $15?
Yes. It's a good sativa here. So this is going to have me creating later tonight when I need to get some work done. So speaking of, guys. Yeah, no. What is what is the scene like there? Like, are you guys completely recreational, or are you medicinal? Do you have a
Nah,
lot of dispensaries or storefronts?
it's man, we mainly recreational.
Okay.
Everything rec. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
so
you guys like
yeah,
set the bar. Didn't you guys? No. Do you guys want to decriminalize everything?
yep, yep.
Oh, kudos.
So
Kudos.
yeah,
Love. Yes. There's actually a couple of people that I follow that they ventured over from doing cannabis events, and now
mhm.
they're doing a lot of of mushroom based type of events. Which I'm like, man, let me know when the next one.
I'm
I
I'm
am
pulling
there
up.
with bells on. I will get there. Okay. I might even fly Spirit or Legion. Might even just to get there. No, I'd be glutton for punishment there. So Arcana Culture segment. Guys, we're gonna talk a little bit about the brand of the week, who we're really digging. And I am so excited to talk about these women, these queens. It's imperative that not only people of color, but women of color need to take advantage of this blessing that the universe has provided for us, to be able to make this an industry, to be able to give us the control and the power to, you know, write our own rules and to take care of our health and wellness the way that we see fit. And I've explained it to you guys before. I strictly use the plant for that. MS decided to come into my life, and I was like, keep up. I got shit to do. And cannabis, the plant is a huge part of my care. I don't do the traditional medicine because I don't trust big pharma. And I feel, just resolute in that. I know as I get older, I may have to start doing little things here and there. Because even though my age gets older, I don't. I still act like I'm 24. But I have to be aware and I have to be proactive. So there may be a time, where they may be able to convince me. But in the meantime, whatever grows here, whatever nature put here for us, I prefer to go ahead and utilize that,
Right,
um, versus some shit that some people in a lab stumbled upon, which is usually how medications are just are made. They stumbled upon it. They put two and two together, and they failed 17 times. Well, I'm sorry, 1,700 times, and then that one time that mouse didn't die or whatever it is, and then here you go. Now let's shove it down your throats.
right.
Um, so that's very hard. Have you seen that since you guys have you know, um, decriminalized drugs and focus more on those that are, maybe need some help in their disease with the more, serious drugs because we know weed's not a drug. Have you
Right.
seen a change in culture there? I mean, in society total, not just cannabis, but just in the day to day, where people still like their damn fool.
Man, to me, not much. I don't think so. I don't think this. I haven't seen the change at all. Like, I feel like everything's still the same.
Yeah. Are you guys dealing with I mean, I know it's very underlying here in California, but are you guys still dealing with, any of the, I don't want to say fallout, but with the injustices that we've dealt with in the past year and a half? I know that Seattle, Portland, you guys were very um just staunch about the protests and
Yeah.
about, things changing within your legal systems and, things like that. Is that still kind of the energy that's in the air right now, or
Nah, I think that energy's it's still lingering, but it's not there like how it was. Because
yeah,
motherfuckers was wilding. They was going ham out here. But I think it went from. I think it's a little bit better now
yeah,
than it was then.
yeah. And I was sitting back and saying, sorry, trying not to look uncomfortable. I was sitting back and saying, I like what was going on. Now, of course, they had to make it about, the rioting and it was not us that were going, well, not all of us that were going in and breaking into the Bevmo and breaking into
Right.
the Target stores and everything. It wasn't us. It was people from not from the neighborhood, and then those who thought that they could just kind of blend in and say, no, 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 but then they're the main ones who, for example, fucked up downtown
Fuck
Sacramento.
shit up. Yeah.
Yeah.
They was the main ones. You're right. They was the main ones. The motherfuckers sneak in there, you know what I'm saying? Steal
Yep.
some shit
Yeah.
and then get out of there like nothing happened. But yeah,
Yep.
that was the craziest part about it though. And then we were still getting blamed for the shit that motherfuckers were sneaking in doing and shit.
Well, the media is very irresponsible that way. I don't feel that growing up, I remember I used to want to be a newscaster until my dad was like, they don't make no money. And I was like, they don't? What? What? But I feel like they were they were much more, they had much more integrity, and they did the job the way that it was meant to be, which
Right.
was, non-objective and um just non-divisive. They're definitely, they work on a platform. They work on an agenda. And you can tell that because we know what station's this,
Right.
and how that actually molds people's really ignorant thoughts sometimes.
No, for
And
sure. Yeah.
the fact that they don't think for themselves.
Man,
You good, babe?
motherfuckers is I don't understand half of the shit that go on, but it's just crazy how people is nowadays though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I say they're fragile. They're fragile. Uh, but we'll talk really quickly, like I said, about the women that I feel are making. And this is funny because I got an email from somebody today who she is going to be. No, she is making history within the world of cannabis as a Black woman. I'm not going to put it out there, but she will hopefully be on the podcast soon. It's all about that pussy power, guys, and it's going to be shown with this woman. But right after receiving an email from her, I then learned about this story, and this is about the first cannabis speakeasy that will be opening later this year in LA. It is two mothers and entrepreneurs, and the name of the speakeasy is going to be, well, it is Josephine and Billy's. And immediately I was like, Josephine Baker, Billie Holiday. And as I read on, that's exactly who they named it after and who they were inspired by. They are two of the first graduates from Jay-Z's company, which is investing in equity, which thank you, Jay-Z, because like I was telling, Big Kurt before we got on, I didn't know what you were trying to do. I was like, oh, we about to have to cancel Jay-Z? Like he's a billionaire and he's not making the smartest move, First it was the NFL shit. Then he
Right.
went ahead and joined a huge conglomerate in cannabis, but at least he's doing what needs to be done. Um, and now I think that I can maybe see how he was thinking, and it was like we have to get in there to be able to make the changes. And he did that. He's getting in where he needs to, and seems like he's pretty much, you know, making the rules. And kudos to him. So
Yeah,
this is his
he most definitely
man.
in there making the rules.
Man, he has to be. I mean, look, Beyonce been telling him what to do for so long and was so much richer than him. Now he caught up, and so he's like,
Right.
look, that. Uh, I just wish that whatever he's doing with his hair, stop it.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He trying to get a J. Cole on or something. I don't know.
Man, he's sitting up on the shop, and I'm like, can somebody do something with his hair since y'all in the shop? I'm like, I know it's a TV show, but somebody on like LeBron's person who just keeps him thinking he has hair up there or something. Somebody line him up. Like,
Do they sell? Is this brand out there where you stay? Like Jay-Z's weed brand, cannabis company?
no, it's so in California, even though Sacramento is the capital, yes, guys, we are the capital, not the Bay. Everybody likes to say the Bay as a whole. That's not a city, but or LA. Sacramento is actually the capital, but we don't get a lot of the celebrity brands. We have Viola, we have Matt Barnes, Seven Leaves, but that's because he's from here. We
You guys got it.
have Mike
You guys,
Tyson, but only in a couple locations.
okay. You guys got the
Yeah,
cookies. You guys got the cookies brand, all right?
we just got it.
Okay.
Just got it. That's a store that I will not well work in use medication, but I
Hey,
will
that shit is
not be
expensive.
man. $75 for an eighth of Gary Payton.
Yeah, I'm crazy.
I
Crazy.
can go pay $25.20 because my farmer, he likes me. But I mean, or a blunt, a pre-rolled blunt is there's one there that's 2 grams and it's like 80 something dollars.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn, it gotta be infused and all that good shit.
It should be infused, it should regenerate, it should light itself, it should tell you a story. Now it's doing pretty good out here. And much love to Burner. I said that he really created cannabis branding and how to do it right and made it a thing. People didn't think you're going to be able to do anything that's advertising, marketing like within cannabis because we didn't know how accepted it was going to be. We still can't go and get a ad during Super Bowl, but he's showing the different way of how we're actually the industry's kind of changing to traditional advertising and marketing. But man, I mean, it maybe I'm just a little too old, but in LA, they want to close the store that he opened, I believe, on Melrose because there is a line around the corner every single day. And it's bringing
I
in
bet.
like $350,000 a day.
Yeah, I bet.
Like
Motherfucker.
merch and, I mean, he's like a rock star. People have his name tattooed. They have cookies tattooed.
Right.
That's all they smoke.
Yep. They love
I
that
want to
shit,
know where
man.
where are y'all getting this money from? Because a lot of the connoisseurs are, barely working minimum wage jobs or working minimum wage. And unless y'all are all putting 5 in on it, I really would like to know how you guys feel on
Everybody
the
go
5,
back. Yeah, everybody gotta go back. Hey, who got 5 on it?
right?
I got
And
you.
there's
I
always
got
that
you.
person that doesn't, but they're the scavenger, of course. So um you guys know, but this is what I do. I get off topic, but just shout out to the beautiful, just change. They're changing the game. They're setting a standard, and this is going to be the second business. Their first was Lowell Farms, and that was even first owned by a black gentleman, a young black man, and they opened the Lowell Farms restaurant in LA. Then some shit happened um, around legalization, and now it's no longer black owned, but they do still have a black chef, head chef, and now there's going to be a speakeasy, and that's the first of its kind. So, two different parts of the industry were ventured into because of beautiful, creative, resilient black people. We're taking this industry and we're utilizing it the way that we should. So, kudos to them. I will be taking a trip down there just to visit. Um, and hopefully I can get you ladies to, give me a little bit of time. Give me a little bit of wisdom. Is there any brand that you really look into and you like what they're doing right now? Like you feel like socially they're on the right path and then they have good products as well?
Yep. Seattle Property Reserve.
Okay.
Seattle
Good.
Property
Good.
Reserve, man. They got they got shit in gear. They got some shit coming up soon. Like I said, they be flying out to Cali and shit. But they're I guess not Nate, what's his name? Yeah, Das. Das from Krupp
Oh
and
yeah.
Das. So
Okay.
he got some brand. He's coming out with a brand, and those guys are I guess to go help him do that. So that's gonna be dope. I seen it. I seen what it looked like. It looked like some crazy shit. So I just can't wait for him to put it out so I can try it.
I mean, hey, send us some. We will be more than happy to do a review for you. And give you all that love. I mean, it makes sense for rappers to have a weed brand.
Oh,
just
hell yeah.
makes sense. Especially if you're a real weed smoker. Now, Drake, we know you weren't a real weed smoker. Hence why I don't think your cannabis company made it. Now, everybody knows I love me Aubrey. I love me some Aubrey. But, you know,
You don't
you
think
got
it's
enough.
cannabis would be a hit like his music?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. And it should have been because Canada's like completely like Canada's like when they made it, they were like everything. Y'all can do anything and everything y'all want.
Right.
Drinks, food, all I don't think they have the same limitations that we do on that 100 milligram bullshit. Within edibles and stuff. So that should have been a success for him. Seth Rogen just came out with his own line.
I know.
Called House. I kind of want the matching set, the ashtray and the I kind of want I kind of do.
Hey, yeah, I can't lie. That's dope shit right there. I like it.
Right? Like that is some ingenuity
Yeah.
and that's somebody that utilized the quarantine, although he's already, well off, but used the quarantine and made something out of it.
Right. He thought,
High or not, when he came up with the idea, that's usually
Right.
when you come up with those ideas. He put his two loves together. And that's somebody making some shit happen, guys. And that's the kind of things that you have to do every day. And this is the perfect opportunity. Like I said, when we were grounded, when the universe was like, look, y'all sit your asses down. Okay, here's a corona. Sit down, stay your asses at home. It was
Right.
our opportunity to, make our lives better and to do those things that we always wanted to do. I've talked to you guys about discovering your passion and purpose. And I'm super passionate about that. And I know that mine is within the cannabis industry. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think this is our way. This is our, this is how we're gonna get our money. We're not gonna get reparations any other way. Like I say, it's not gonna be like Dave Chappelle show, where everybody gets a check. Sorry, I was just thinking about how funny what that was. He was like all the Newports and the 40s and the chicken song. Sorry. It's funny because it's true. Yeah. It's true.
It is true as hell. It's true.
Yeah. Although I don't know if people still will. You can't really buy Newports here anymore. The regular Newports. Now they have some like version of Newports that are like the crushes, babe.
No, menthol.
No, I saw them at
Crushes on top of menthol you got or something?
Yeah. So it's like that when I was young and dumb and used to smoke because it was only socially. I would get the cigarettes, the menthols were I know, so bad. Where you could snap the little kind of like King Palms now. And then it would give you that little minty. Yeah. So dumb. Oh my God, I used to smoke BDs. Prime time. Oh God. Clothes. Wow. So yeah, I'm gonna skip over this next thing because I did promise my guest co-host that I would not keep him all night like I have a tendency to do. Why don't you go ahead and take the floor and share with everybody, a little bit about you. What's the 411? Who are you?
Man, look, I'm Big Kurt from the Smokin Section, the cloudiest room in the building. The only place where we break down trees and roll up like sleeves, man. We like on the Smokin Section. We like to. Thank you. Yeah, man. So on the Smokin Section, we like to do cannabis reviews so people can know what they're getting themselves into before they, jump in there and be like, man, this cost $60. This got to be fire. Because sometimes shit don't be fire when it's $60. You can get something for $30. Sometimes be better than that shit you paid for. Whatever that was $60. So
don't sleep on shit like Old Pal and do you guys have you guys have Old Pal up there, right?
Nope.
Oh, you guys don't?
Mm-mm.
That's crazy because I know like their main person lives up there and name's shout out to Tiffany Watkins, who's like the director of she's director of marketing.
Okay, hold on. Say that one more time. Because I don't think I heard you. Say it again. Do we got what?
Tiffany Watkins?
No, you said do we got
Old
what out
Pal.
here? Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I was saying I thought that they were pretty much Northwest and California. Don't sleep on the Old Pal, guys.
No,
You know,
tell them.
don't sleep on the dime bag. Um, they have some fire. You may have to do your if you're really somebody that's like, this is how much money I have, and I really need to get lit. Do your research. Use things like Leafly and Weed Maps, and do your research and find out if you are looking for something that's, a little more of a indica, dominant hybrid or something like that. Do your research and make sure you find the right flower for you, even if
Right.
it's a little. But sorry, yes. So go ahead. So I like what you were saying. You make me want to come up with my own little thing now. I like how you said take down trees and roll up sleeves.
Yeah, so man, that's what we do. We just yeah, and then we, also talk about shit that's going on in the world, or just like what's going on in our lives at the time. But we like to just bring the people some good vibes while getting high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Some edutainment, a little bit. That's why entertainment, a little bit, and
mhm,
learn something as well.
yep,
Um, we deal with a lot of shit, and if you can unwind at the end of the day and smoke with me, and I'm sure smoke with you and your fellow hosts, and just laugh a little bit,
laugh a little
then
bit.
yeah,
But,
yeah.
I
Because I know
mean,
I'm silly. I watch silly shit and get my
right.
life. So you know, it's
And
all
then
good.
like the quarantine is like what made me start the podcast. I mean, I didn't have any. I mean, I like podcasts. I listen to podcasts. But I wasn't thinking about starting a podcast until
Mhm,
quarantine happened.
mhm. At
You
the
sit
time,
down, you sit
yeah.
down, laid off from work and shit. You're like, man, I ain't got much to do right now. So and then
Mhm,
that's when this came about. I just was like sitting down, smoking one day, and then just kicking shit, and I was like, man, this will be some dope shit on a podcast. So
right?
that's how. So this how the Smokin Section came about, because you get with your homies, and I was like, it could just be me, then some guests, and some of my friends
Mhm.
come on, and we'll smoke. Just do what we do on a regular basis, but like
Regular and record it. Yeah,
I record it.
yeah. So when
But
was your
then,
first show? When did you first
uh,
start?
man, let's see, I want to say September, no, August of 2020.
Okay, coming up on your year anniversary.
Yeah, yep, I sure
Congratulations.
am. Damn, I've been thinking about it until you just asked me that right now. I didn't even know it was coming up on a year.
Yeah, turn up, turn up. You can do like I did on my 1 year anniversary and do the Pocky Chip Challenge live on air while you had been celebrating with Tito's all day. Yeah. So you can go back and you can look at that episode. Yeah. It was live and everything. Yes. Let's just say I didn't, yeah. My good friend ended up closing out the show. Um yeah, so congratulations though.
Thank you.
They say you make it to a year and then you make it to that 100 episode mark. And once you get there, then you're pretty much a pro. And if you have that longevity, you might as well keep it going.
Right. Yeah, man. I just jumped in. I didn't. I knew the basics, but you know what I'm saying. But I'm still learning as I go as well.
Mhm, mhm. And that's the best way. You know, my husband self taught himself as well. Once our studio, well, of course, because of quarantine, once that was closed, all of a sudden I was like, "What are all these damn Amazon boxes coming?" And he built a studio in our bedroom and built one in our living room, which my sons take over. So I hardly record down there now, but um, he surprises me because he's completely just taught himself.
Yeah.
Um, I do all the talent and the creation, and he does everything else. He just makes me look and sound good. Uh, so, how many the hosts do you have as well? Or is it just you, and then you invite people over?
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your podcast.
you kind of cut out a little bit, so I didn't hear everything.
So on your pod, do you have a panel of hosts, or do you just invite people, your friends over, and
Oh, okay. Yeah. Uh, I just usually have a host, and then I have like some people over, like either my friends or some people that's like up and coming, like in the cannabis industry, or like even
okay,
up and coming or doing anything else, like becoming a photographer or something like that.
anything creative? Yeah, I do the
So
same thing. So it's
and,
it shows you how everything kind of gels together and how much
mhm,
cannabis actually helps, especially if you're doing something that's creative.
right,
Um, And I think a lot of people are realizing that they do have, that they are creative in a lot of ways, or that they have an interest in that. You know, you grow up, you get bills, you get responsibilities, and you forget about those things that, you know, simple things that made you happy, whether that was like laying on your stomach as a kid and coloring, or
Right.
whether it was writing, whether it was writing raps in your book that nobody ever saw, or whatever it is, or cooking, or a lot of people I think were able to tap back into that.
Hmm.
And so it is, I love doing the same thing. I love being able to give a platform to people that are taking the time to be creative. Um, because I think a lack of passion and a lack of creativity can be fatal, and doesn't make for a very good existence.
Right.
Uh,
No, facts.
yeah. So who would you say, and of course this is not any shade to anybody, but who would you say was your or has been your favorite guest or your favorite episode?
Oh man, there's a couple too. Uh, okay, my favorite guest that probably came on was Mike from Stone Improvements. He had a cannabis clothing line that he was coming out with, and he came onto the show. You know, he was uh, letting the people know about his brand and all that good shit. But yeah, no, I think that was probably the best guest that came onto the show. All the guests were good, but that probably was the one that I can remember and like the most. Uh,
Yeah.
but favorite podcast episode was probably man, I'm gonna have to say that the I think it was called Trips to Zips. The Zips is a place that we go down. It's a cannabis dispensary store, and it's called
Okay.
Zips. We get all the man. Zips is the place. We get all the discounts from Zips. They do 30%. Man, they do it a lot. So that's the place
Really?
we like going to.
Do you guys have
Uh,
a lot of events, cannabis events? And I know that you just went to one.
hmm
Um,
So
and
did.
very funny because I don't know if you watch the channel LMC. It's a cannabis network or cannabis channel on on YouTube. But
Okay.
they just did a story and they were there. And the only reason I knew is because it was kind of the same picture that you had
Okay.
on your Twitter. So I was like, hey, that's co-host. He was just there too. So tell us a little bit about that event and tell us kind of what the scene is. Do you guys have cannabis events, or are they kind of like secretive? Are they out in the open? Are they, how
Oh,
are they
man.
received?
Uh, most of them be like kind of like secretive and private. Like the one I just went to was like invite only.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, most of them are private. Like we have this cannabis event that happens like every year. We didn't get it because of the COVID
Mhm.
restrictions, all that, so we didn't get to do it. Uh, but it's kind of like Rolling Loud, but it's that without the artists and shit making doing the music. But
Okay.
that's usually open to the public. Oh, man, I can't. You know what? I'm so high right now. I can't even think of the name of the
That's
events that goes
I love
down.
it. That's how I want everybody to be. You're supposed to be elevated,
Right.
and feeling euphoric.
Forgetful.
Yeah, and forgetful. Hey, do. That's why we have that one. I forget at least one or twice an episode what I was gonna say. Um, there we go. If you guys don't know what that clip is from, you guys cannot call yourself weed smokers at all. It's very important. That is a very important movie to weed smokers. And I'll give you guys a hint. Half, that's all I'm gonna say. Dave, that's all I'm gonna So, how was that event? You got invited there. Is it somebody that you know, somebody that you've had on the show, or
uh,
you really making waves in your city where you're becoming somewhat of an influencer
yeah,
in a camp?
I'm trying. This event was thrown by another brand called Freddy's Fuego, and this is
Nice.
and
It's so
they
crazy how there's so many different brands from state to state. You would just
man,
think that we all know about the same ones, other than the large ones. Other than the stizzies or Calibas or
Right.
whatever,
Yeah,
loud packs.
there's tons of brands now. It's like, man, you don't know what to pick or choose. So many brands
Yeah,
out there.
yeah. That's why I kind of like, shout out to Urban Flavors for providing the medicine this evening. This is the second time that I've gotten a delivery from them. They are Black owned. Two Kings delivered, well, not together, but at the time it was a Black gentleman who delivered, and just their energy and one, the fact that they didn't take my order and then fake like two of the others that I've talked about before. Um, they were on time. They didn't need directions because they read what I put in the, in their system. And fair time. The first time, they had to call back and change. It was about 2 hours, but I was okay. But a good amount of time, pretty good pricing, and they have good customer service as well, which you guys know is super important to me. So shout out to Urban Flavors. They are one of the newest delivery services here in Sacramento, Elk Grove, South Sac, the whole deal. So you guys check them out, and much love to you all. I have to remember to send that to them because they wanted me to. So, what is your favorite way? I mean, if you're a smoker, it becomes kind of like a ritual.
Right.
It's kind of spiritual to actually sit and break it down and roll it up and all that. But is there another form that is, becoming your favorite or that you enjoy to be able to consume cannabis?
Oh
Do you
man,
dab, drinks, edibles?
oh yeah, edibles is probably like one of the new, like I've been eating edibles, but now like I like lately I just been on edibles lately, but I haven't been like that. But yeah, uh Zips has this white chocolate, orange cream, uh these edibles. They're fire. I eat too much of them and I'll be out. Motherfuckers
I
think
mean,
I
my
got hit with a tranquilizer. They be like, damn,
yeah,
this man is gone. Look at him.
that sounds hella good. And the products that they use to be able to make the candy taste good still, they're having to use better like chocolate. They're not using like the cheap baker's chocolate. So they're using really good organic type of
Oh shit.
ingredients,
Right.
to make edibles. So that enhances the taste. Plus, you're elevating
Mhm.
your taste buds, all your senses are like, whoa, I wasn't regular candy bar.
Right.
So um, I definitely feel a different type of high off of edibles. I don't get stuck like other people. I don't get the paranoia or anything like that. Um, I get more of like the body relaxation. Um, but it definitely does, I think, help for you to kind of enjoy whatever you were eating. Like
Yeah.
it just enhances that, a situation. Like, of course, everything's good when you are a little bit high, but to be able to enjoy the taste and be able to have you just naturally getting lifted as you're doing it. I
Right.
mean, I'm telling you, I had these Cheez-Its one time, Heavenly Sweets. They were
Right.
sriracha Cheez-Its, okay,
Yeah.
cheese crackers. I made
Mhm.
the mistake, and it says right on there, eat 10. I was good. I ate 10. Put them in my my nightstand. Woke up in the middle of the night with the munchies. Started watching Family Guy. Ate the rest of the bag. And I did not wake up until my husband and children got home the next day at 4:30, almost 5 o'clock.
Right. The
Like,
TV was the TV was watching you by then, huh?
eh, out, okay? Slobbering, just out.
Right.
Um, so
That's the thing
that
about
is one
edibles. They'll creep up on you.
yeah, they definitely do. So especially when you get them from a farmer's market or
Mhm.
from a sesh, um, you know, they'll say they're 100 or 100 milligrams. Um, especially if it's infused food. I know there is one session out here where there's infused tacos, and no way in hell. There is no way in hell that you are measuring and dosing each taco.
Right. Well,
Because you're making
no,
it
they're
out of
not.
stop.
Right.
I mean, come on now. And people be around there with their, with their syrup and their tacos. And I'm like, oh, let me get out of here before y'all get on the road because y'all about to be lit.
They about to be, they about to be
Just stuck.
swerving.
Yes, and not the good kind, not the E40 kind. So I do want to really quickly, because you are somebody that can appreciate smoking and then talking a little bit about, the bullshit that happens in the world.
Mhm.
I do want to talk about the baby. So that's probably one of the most prevalent things that's kind of happening right now.
Yeah,
And I mean, my thing is, I like the baby still. I will turn it on. The baby could get it. Even though he's a dog, like I like the baby. I like that he, is taking care of his family.
right.
I like that he took his mom and aunt to Turks and Caicos, and it was just like you could just see, how happy he was to be able to do that. But shut up, dude. Why are you talking? Why are you talking? Perform the song.
Mhm.
Bring the girls out that be, twerking on a handstand and then drop it to the splits. Like
Right.
we don't need you to interject
Right.
your commentary. And I feel like you've been a celebrity long enough, and I don't know if you just woke up, but this is 2021. You pretty much can't say anything without it being just, you know, broken down and deciphered, and just everybody has an opinion on it.
Right.
What do you think about, his latest blunder?
Oh man, I just when I seen it, because I don't know why he said it, so I don't know why
Mhm.
what made look like what led up to him saying what he said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, is he just saying this like out of the blue just before the other song come on, or he got a reason, or there was something behind what for him saying that shit.
I
But
mean, he was being real petty. He was being petty LaBelle because he brought out Tory Lanez.
Another YouTuber that MJ watches, Jason
Jason Lee. Shout out.
Lee. He showed a video, and right before that, I guess he jumped into the crowd. And when he had jumped into the crowd, a dude was grabbing his nipples.
Now, not grabbing, but caressing. Like
oh,
caressing. Like he might have gotten a little like, ooh, like, and because he had jumped out and doing the crowd surfing, which why? Once again,
right,
Corona, and you're in one of the states that has the highest infection rates because this whole time they've been acting like they don't live in the United States.
right,
You jump out and okay. If you're gonna do that, you should have planned to have your people there. They should have caught you and then rolled your ass right back up to the stage.
right,
But Jason Lee I love him so much. He is petty, 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 petty. And he slowed it down and showed it 3 or 4 times on his live show last night. But the dude, I mean, reached over
I ain't never
purposely.
seen it.
Yeah, you should have.
I'm about to.
Hubby, great producer. He's looking it up, so hopefully we can find it. But
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it was almost as gratuitous as the lady who decided to masturbate at brunch a couple weeks ago.
Oh, people are fucking nuts nowadays. That's what I'm saying, man. You can't. I don't know what's going on right now.
I mean, where were her friends? What? I bet you they were like this.
Right.
At the table, they probably got up
For
real
real,
quickly.
like, yeah, hell yeah.
And everything and dipped. Yeah, I mean, either she was on some good shit, or Chris Brown runs it, really does it for her. Like she was just like, I can't hand it. Or there's something going on there. Maybe
she
she
was
needs
probably
to,
she was twat.
yeah. I mean, she was definitely flicking it very hard. Like I was like, why are you so aggressive? It was crazy. But
Oh, well,
look, I'm sure the Gorilla Glue girl was like, yes, this is what everybody's going to talk about. I'm not going to be on that list at the end of the year.
man, they wouldn't. Right, they wouldn't get off her head.
Man,
like the glue.
Right, 1,000. So this is my thing. When I found out that she was 40 years old, I was like, girl, 40.
Damn. Was she 40 and she didn't know better?
Hell, 1,000. Okay, like girl, you've been doing your hair for how many years and doing it like that? Like, come on now. If you don't go and get the brown gel or don't just go out for the day, you know, I've never looked at something that is not a health and beauty product and been like, this'll work. I'm gonna
When
try it.
she thought it was Elmer's, like Elmer's glue or something like that, like she thought it was gonna be. There you
Oh
go.
yeah, here it goes right here. So he's showing
Damn. First of all, this nigga jumped like 20 feet. Look like
and feet first.
right, stomping
So
on niggas' heads.
yeah. So over to the left of the screen is where you're gonna see it. So
Right
he
there. 2 minutes tough.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
Oh
So
yeah,
he
you
was
see it?
Damn,
grabbing
look
right
at this
there.
dude.
Now
You
he's
see it? You
grabbing.
see it?
There it is.
Yeah.
I
Damn,
mean,
this dude was. Oh yeah, he was copping him a feel.
he was massaging like it was some nice, perfect,
Right,
brand new double D's or something. Like he was like perfect handful, perfect handful. Um,
he was
so
on him.
yeah. So I don't know if he felt he got a shoe through at
And
him.
I think the shoe might have happened before that because on the video
Oh,
it says it does. I don't know the exact order.
hey, but did he see that it was a Adidas, or he just calling out a Adidas? That went too fast past his head for him to notice it was a busted ass Adidas.
Yeah.
Maybe it was it was talking shit or it landed on stage, but
Oh, okay.
You know everything to him because he probably goes and spends thousands of dollars on some ugly ass shoes that are designer.
Right.
So everything to him, it could have been Michael Jordan's shoe himself, and he would have called it some shit. But yeah, I think he needs to somebody take his phone away. Stop letting him do iOS press releases. Stop it. Two, go and smooth it over with Danny Lee since you obviously just knocked that poor naive young girl up. Another baby.
Right.
And just take a vacay. Just chill a little bit. And then go ahead and come back out with another song. The good thing is you'll be leaving us with 2 new songs, and then you go away for like 3-4 months, and then come back with like another bop, and then I'll be forgiven because that's what we do. We
Did
will
you hear?
forgive.
Did you hear his response to why? Did you hear his response after that? It wasn't a
Yeah,
very good response.
it was a half-ass backhanded
I was like,
apology. That's why I
man,
said take his phone away. Take his shit away. Like
I didn't even know what
Breakfast
the
Club,
hell he
don't
was
have a
talking about.
there's no way he can know if his gay fans have AIDS or not.
No, no way. He said
That's
I
his
wasn't
word.
talking about my gay friend. My gay fans. They're not dirty. They're not nasty. I'm like, man, just shut up, man, because
Right? Just stop. You're just swallowing,
you
and
making
then
it
you're putting
worse.
another foot in there, and then you're grabbing this person's foot and you're putting it in there as well. Just stop it.
Right. He's making it worse. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And when he had Tory Lane come out, it was during Megan Thee Stallion's part,
Yeah.
right after Megan Thee Stallion had got off stage.
And they have
Yeah.
a restraining order, so he wasn't supposed to be. That was the big thing too. He was within the vicinity. I guess the
Oh shit.
the footage. Yeah, that he wasn't supposed to be there. I like to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, and he just lost his brother. Um, everybody grieves differently, so maybe that has something to do, with his reckless behavior and way of thinking. But once again, like I tell everybody else, you're a grown ass man. Be accountable. Be apologetic. Take this opportunity to be like, you know what? I messed up, but I did learn something from it.
Right.
And that's the whole cancel culture is bullshit. That's just hurt people who don't feel like they belong, wanting somebody else to feel like that. But yeah, he's just not helping his image because people are just waiting for the next person to write off.
Yeah.
Which is sad. It's hella sad. Imagine if we would have had the same type of idea back in the day when Michael Jackson was in the middle of everything. But black people didn't do that. We were all like, no, that little boy, his parents took money. Who does that?
Right.
We rode with the weird Jacksons, no matter how weird they were, except for Janet. Respectfully. Kept it quiet about Jada and Will. We all knew about Jada and Will. A long time ago.
Yeah.
But nobody said anything. So we just kind of just let him go, leave him alone, and like I said, he'll come back out and entertain us. I thought it was gonna be a summer of the baby, but I don't think he needs to
Yeah,
take somewhere.
he kind of with that shit that just happened with him. He probably should go on a little hiatus and
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, hide a little bit because
Yeah.
it won't get any better from here. People
No,
gonna be on
no.
his ass.
And sometimes some artists work too hard and it's at their detriment versus somebody like Russ, for example, huge fan of his. That dude works.
Yeah.
But he also is, well, now that he stopped having his boys beat up people, he, he doesn't get any shit. He just stays and makes money and makes his music and, sits up in his beautiful compound.
Right.
But then there's some people who I just think they do too much. And with everything else he had going on in the last year, sometimes shit takes. I'm not saying he breaks, but he's human. And he looks like he was probably a little bit of a mama's boy, so he's probably sensitive too. IJS. So I'm a little bit over what I promised you, but one last thing that I definitely did want to talk about with you.
All right.
We started talking about it before. First, really quickly, I have to say, my content creator of the week, my choice is Blueface, and Blueface is a genius. He may not rap on beat, he may not be able to find it, but he understands social media. Yeah, now he raps on beat, which actually is kind of irritating. Um, he understands social media. He understands how he is going to continue to make money, even though people want to like tout him as this like, R. Kelly because he had all those young queens going on the Blueface Club. Once again, they are grown. They chose to do that. But and no, because he talks about what he talks about. He's young. That's what he talks about. He's probably the sweetest fucking man probably when he's alone with somebody ever and doesn't is not actually that image. But he has just recently come out with a song called TikTok. And not only did he come out with a song about TikTok, he has his own dance to it, which is genius because he's going to be the creator.
He
He
pulling a
gets
soldier boy.
the credit, right? That helps the song go viral. And I saw that and I was just tripped off of it. Like you can ask Cubby. He was probably like, "What? Are you okay?" I just tripped off of because I'm looking at it from the standpoint of a business sense and him really understanding the world that he's in.
Mhm.
He may not be a top rapper or somebody that we hear rap forever, but he has the mindset to be able to continue to be in business, and he's
Right.
going to be all right. So
No, yeah,
that
yeah.
boy,
I agree with you on that too. Like, he do have some cool little tracks here and there, but
yeah,
that song he had with DDG, Moonwalking Calabasas, that's the best song I heard that motherfucker rap on.
that
song is
is
fire.
my
That song
shit.
is the
Okay.
shit, man.
Oh my gosh.
He kills that verse, man.
Yeah,
Blueface
right.
killed that shit.
And
I like on the Deadlocks too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit is dope. Yeah, I'm about to say that.
now
Hell
I'm
yeah.
from a very, very rural town where I love Garth Brooks and shit like that. But I become the most ratchet. I just feel like, especially now that I've gotten into firearms and things like that. Like you should see me and my husband be looking at me in the car, and I'm like, you cannot tell me I am not Blueface in the studio on some of those songs. But yes, I mean, you gave me chills when you said that because DDG is fire, fire, fire. Inspiration as well. Somebody who made his own way, took YouTube, and and he's blowing up now. And the boy is smart, valedictorian of his high school class, and went to college.
Yep.
For some time and made the decision that that wasn't his purpose. But yeah, though I love that you brought that up because they both are boxers.
See now.
He has whooped somebody's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to stop fighting TikTokers. Like, come on. They're TikTokers. I mean, I feel like that whole TikTokers, like they do this. Or that's what they do. Like they don't have hands. Come on. The boxing match, genius. He knew exactly the the hype to surround that. Wouldn't be surprised if that dude that jumped in the ring wasn't maybe his palms weren't tickled a little bit by somebody to do that.
Right. You think that was all for show?
You know, I think people are taking a lot of cues from Mayweather and from Mayweather and Logan Paul, right? It was
Yeah.
Logan Paul, yeah, who fought him
Yeah.
because they looked like they were doing a choreographed dance out there, like they knew exactly what to do. But yeah, I somebody did to some extent, especially when all his boys jumped in, and then Whack 100 was there, like trying to be the mediator and stuff.
Right.
And I mean, he was lumped up, so if he did get paid, I hope he got paid up well because he definitely had some lumps.
Yeah. He was. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what do you think he was doing? Like you, what? Why? What?
He
Like,
didn't know what he was doing.
that's what also kind of makes me think. Like, why would you think somebody like Blueface is tall, lanky, his
Yep.
arm, strength, is reach is so much more than. I mean, it was more than that dude's body. Like,
That dude, he didn't know. He was like a fish out of water.
yeah,
Dude did not know what the hell he was doing. He was just hoping he'd land a shot and put Blueface on his ass. I'm just gonna throw something. I'm gonna put all my eggs in one basket. He couldn't
Blueface
land
was
that
like
punch
getting
though.
up before, and he was like, "I'm gonna give you one good one. Like, I'm not gonna stumble. I'm not gonna act like I hurt, but you get your shot in for your TikTok,
Right.
Um, but so now Jake Paul is trolling him, and
Seen that.
saying that, yeah.
Jake Paul
So
knocked him out though.
that boy. So I'm not the
Jake,
only one. He's
yeah.
taking this shit seriously. Plus, white boys
He
is
might.
crazy.
Right. He might knock Tyron Woodley out too, man. I hope
He
not,
definitely
but
is.
he might.
He talked way too much shit to that dude for him not to. It's quite funny. Like, I watch him fuck with this dude, and
It's yeah.
because he seems like he like gets the dude all flustered. Like
Right. He do. He gets all like he's very unsettled when they're around each other.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, oh, I'm imagining Nate Robinson fallout. That could be me. And then he gets him because he knows what to say. Like, oh, you gonna train with your boy that I whipped his ass too. So you're gonna train with him? Like, is that going? I mean, come on, it's the best. It's like watching fights in high school. Like,
Right. Come on, man. Yeah, this will be a good one though.
Yeah, yeah. And I like, I don't hate the Pauls like everybody else does. I used to be like, it's every day, bro. But I also appreciate their come up and what they did. And nobody even knew that was possible to do.
Right.
So, I don't hate on him either. And it looks like we'll be entertained by him for a little bit longer here. Because he's trying
Right.
to
Yeah,
make his way.
especially if we get past Tyron Woodley, we definitely gonna be entertaining the next bullshit because we're gonna be
For
like,
real.
okay, who's next?
Yep. And it's, what, I wasn't a big boxing fan, but I think that it's because I think MMA is so huge, but it also has so many problems. A lot of their stars have other issues and shit, which you
Yeah.
kind of have to if you get into a ring and get your ass whooped on purpose. So I think that the desire for boxing and just for like the simplicity of the sport, what a lot of people fell in love with. And then now you're kind of adding that that flash to it that used to be, in boxing.
Right.
But you're doing it now with celebrities and people that you're like, they shouldn't be able to fight. They can box.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
So I like that. But last thing then we'll talk about. I want to talk about Mr. Kanye, but we'll talk about him after Donda comes out. Because from what I hear, we're gonna be playing it like it's College Dropout.
Yeah, that's why I hear it's supposed to be his best shit.
Yeah, I mean, come on. He always makes music that is fire.
He does.
It's his diary. It's what he does. And Kim disappointed me because I thought for sure she was ride or die. But I think she really broke his heart. Like he was singing about her when he was with Amber.
Right.
So and that's his wife and he has kids with her. So this is definitely gonna be I think it's gonna be fire. And then plus he's naming it after his mother. So he's probably getting a lot of therapy that he needs to get and getting over the trauma, by creating this. So he's not crazy, guys, because he's staying in Mercedes Stadium. Let's remember every time before he has an album come out, he does something. Let's remember the 50 Cent and Kanye beef. Let's remember that, guys.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah. But what I want to talk about to close everything out here, we kind of started talking about battle rap
Mm.
before we got on air, and I wanted to give a shout out to the best performance that I have seen, and we've been watching it. We stumbled upon it. And been watching it religiously, other than our gun tubes, tuber episodes that we watch, or our education that we watch on guns. We pretty much watch battle rap. And Kev on stage, shout out. But yeah, so it was DNA and K Shine, and they were going against somebody who lost. There you go. They murdered these Negroes.
That's a deadly duo.
Murdered. Oh, it was old too? Murdered them. Okay. In the last like 8 bars of their first round. I mean, everything they said was great, but then we rewound it over and over and over and over again. It was like hearing an Eminem or a Lil Wayne song, and you're like, "Wait, did you hear that?" And you take it back. That's how it was.
Right.
I was almost late for this podcast because I was at the time of hair and all this other shit, but I could not move because it was just straight flawless fire. So, we started kind of talking about it. Who you mentioned that you like Calico. You said you like Charlie Clips.
Charlie Clips, yeah, he's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Charlie Clips, man, when he come in, he probably one of the most dangerous motherfuckers in there because when he come with it, he come with it. I also like JC. You guys like JC?
Yeah.
JC's pretty cool. I like JC.
Nah,
do.
I don't.
You don't like JC?
Nah. Oh my god! Once I saw the dancing videos,
The Chris Stokes. Oh, I knew you was gonna say that.
Yeah, I lost. He lost it, and then he just looked like a run down now, like he's homeless or something.
Well, I really want to
Yeah.
buy him a new sweatshirt. Like, I really want to buy him a new sweatshirt. I'm so sick of seeing him in that one outfit.
The dude from Sac is tight. The light skinned dude, the freckles.
I was asking you his name the other day, so you don't
Next.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah,
he's
he's
from
dope.
Sac.
Yeah,
Shout out. We have some talent to come out here, guys. With not just Brother Lin Chung and Deftones. Well, I would say and Mozzie now, yes. I know other people that they're probably yelling, or once they do, they're gonna be like, "What about this person? This person?"
Mm.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying.
What about T Top?
I like him.
Yeah, he's cool. He cool.
He don't do a lot now. I haven't seen him doing a lot now. But I like him.
Yeah.
Oh, who's the Mexican dude that talks about his dad dying?
Loso or Solo or something like that. Loso.
Like, nobody likes that nigga. I like him though. I think he's good.
He raps with A Ward. Part of
Okay.
the Four Horsemen.
Oh
What do you
yeah.
think
Okay.
about him?
I think he's cool. I think he's cool. I
I like
like.
how he sticks to his guns. Like, he's like, the Will Smith of battle rap. Like,
You talking about A Ward?
yeah, A Ward. Yeah, that he just thinks about his stuff. He has to have a different delivery because he doesn't cuss, and because he prays before.
Yeah.
But
But
I like him. I think
he still be coming with them man dope lines though.
yeah. I feel like he's like the Eminem of battle rap or something though, because I feel like he just doesn't get a lot of respect.
Right.
I mean, there's Sharon too, or what's his name? Sharon from Wild 'N Out.
Yeah, but he don't win nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, I think he's like a filler. Like, they're like, "Oh, you want to come? You know."
He do that KOD a lot.
Yeah.
King of the Dogs week.
Yeah.
But Little Saint is tight too.
Yes, he's probably my favorite. If you guys don't
And he's
know,
hecka young. He only like 19 or 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think I heard him. I don't think I heard him spit, man. I'm gonna have to look him up now.
Right after. Go look him up. He was in the King of the Dot little battle league that they had last year during COVID.
Right.
And
Yeah, I seen some of those battles. I don't think I seen that one.
He was murdering it.
it was great. I mean, it was kid. I don't know if you ever saw. Gosh, what was that documentary about the guy in Oakland or Richmond? who was teaching spoken word, or he was helping.
Oh, Romeo and Juliet, or Romeo Must Die.
No, not Romeo.
Romeo and Juliet. It's from the North, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on
On Netflix.
Yeah, it was great. But anyways, he
Or
reminds
Romeo
me.
something. Hold on.
Yeah, it was great. If you guys haven't seen this documentary either, but he reminds me of that guy. Like he would be somebody who, you know, I'm gonna say later in life, but only because he's so young, like his late 20s, he would be a huge inspiration and be able to work with some kids and allow them to tap into, either it's through spoken word or writing or rap or whatever it is, to use that as therapy and to use that to get your story out. Um,
Romeo is bleeding.
Romeo's Bleeding. There you go. Great, great, great documentary. I highly recommend that everybody invest some time and watch that. Stop watching whatever y'all are watching on Netflix or whatever the hot show is right now.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna
go
check
watch
both
that.
of those out. I'm gonna check
Yeah,
out the dude you guys talk about. That's the battle rapper, and then
yes,
that little documentary you talk about.
yes. And then let me know. Let me know
Most
what you
definitely.
think about it. But I want to thank you so much. Like I did go over a little bit, so I owe you 26
No,
minutes. And
no, you good. We good.
I would love to invite you, and actually, I want to challenge you to a podcast game night. Um, I am investing in every Black-owned board game out there.
Mm.
Um, and once a month, I want to kind of challenge another podcaster or have other podcasters challenge each other, and then we just kind of do a game night.
Okay.
That game night that your parents used to do, drinking E&J and playing, Luther and what playing dominoes and sorry, what my mom used to always be playing. But just one of those good old nights. Play Little Maze. Um, but I would like to challenge you. And the first game that we will be playing will be Different World Trivia.
I accept your challenge.
Hey, I like that. I like it. So we'll get you back on. It'll probably be next month.
Is
Sometime
this the
maybe.
is that the little tournament right there for it?
Yeah, that was the bracket. He went all the way. I was trying to see how far he went. He went to the finals against Marv. This picture is hard to see. It wasn't a good
That's when he won,
pixel.
right?
Did he win it, or that's what I'm trying to see if
That's
he
when he
won?
won. He got paid. He got the check and everything. Remember
Oh
the
yeah,
prize?
so yeah, he
Yeah,
won the whole
Oh,
Grand Prix last
yeah.
oh shit. Oh yeah, I
Like it
definitely
was
need to check him out.
like the last dude kind of got him. He was
year. Or not
murdering him.
Little Saint, my bad, just Saint. I'm thinking Little Saint's from the movie.
Step up or step. What is it called? Is it step up?
No, Omarion.
Oh, step up with the other one. Oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank on that? All I keep hearing is Joe Budden song in my head. Yes, with Lil Saint. Let's do it for Lil Saint. Uh, how's it a movie? I'm not. I'm not gonna.
You got served.
You got served. Same difference. Step Up was the other one with the white people. Um, Look, I can laugh now, but the niggas was actually kind of fire. That choreography in there was pretty fucking fire. Um, who would have known that they ended up the way that they do now? That's a whole hot mess. That whole boy group. But yes. So let me not blab here since I'm smoking. I'm just microphoning it both ways. So I want to thank you so much for coming on. I look forward to our challenge.
hmm
Um, and you guys, please go support. If you like, just be able to kind of sit back, unwind, listen to some just really pleasing, uplifting, positive, funny content. Then you know where to go. I'm looking at myself. I've just slid down this entire time because I want you guys to hear me. My microphone has its own attitude today. Um, and reach out if you guys are fellow podcasters. We have got to keep this collaboration going. Um, I don't mean to brag, but I kind of do. I set a goal for myself on wanting to collab once a month, and I am way above that now. And that's just doing simple things like reaching out to people that I, think I have something in common with. And I literally just commented on one of your posts,
Yeah,
and we started chatting. And I
rest
tried
of
to
the
be all
season.
serious. I was like, "Let me send you my dossier." And he was like, "No, this is the date. We're just gonna go." Let's do it. So
Hell yeah.
I can't express just how thankful I am and appreciative to the universe and to you for you taking your time out of your evening to come and be on my little old show.
Nah, this show's
Yes,
popping though, man.
hey,
You coming up though. I like it though. I like
thank
your
you
show,
so
man. The
much.
show's cracking. I like that interview you had with the Smoking Bones. Is it Bones? Did I say it right? Okay.
Yeah, welcome bones. Yes. I just first of all, I love this song. I'm an Aries, so if you get to know me, we continue to build a friendship here. You'll be like, ask my husband how many words does she say per day. But
No comment.
after many years of working in corporate sales and not being happy, I finally stepped out of living in fear and stepped into living what I truly believe is my passion and purpose. And having a supportive husband who was like, time to start that podcast. And it being almost 2 years now, I'm just grateful and appreciative for it every day. And that's what keeps me going. And so I want to, give a big shout out to Full Swap Radio, who we are now on Full Swap Radio. So you can hear us there as well as everywhere else that we were streaming beforehand, thanks to my husband and his great work. But if you guys, are interested in a few other podcasts, it's a lifestyle based kind of network. Check it out. A lot of good content creators on there, some other people of color. And I have 2 out of my 3 podcasts that I will be having on there right in the rotation now. So Full Swap Radio, thank you so much. Couple of things coming up this week. If you're in Sacramento, Mix and Mingles tomorrow. Trevor Fong at the Mix starts at 4. The networking goes till 8, and then from 8 to 12 is just a little music and some fun, a little something for you to get into on a Thursday night. And then next Friday, I am hosting a private event with Monthly. We're getting back into our Create and Elevate events. It's a private event, so if you guys want to know more, hit me up, or you can go ahead onto Eventbrite and you can find it. It's the Puff, Paint, and Sip event, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be there. And Monthly, shout out to them. You guys know that I have a discount code for you. That is the best subscription box service that you will ever, ever, ever have. And they are expanding in what they're providing as well. So, and starting to do home parties. So check out monthlybox.com. And you can use my code MJ10 for 10% off. And if you like, if I like you and maybe you butter me up, I can give you another one. I have another one as well. I got the hookup. So once again, thank you to my guests. I've had a really good time. Everybody that watches or listens knows that if I keep blabbing, that's because I feel like good energy. So once again, I thank you, and thank you some more. Please, guys, go follow, subscribe, like, hit them up if you have any questions. If you want to, maybe do a little content creation.
Yes,
Let's just keep the train going, guys. Keep the train going.
Hell yeah.
Yes. So you have a great week. We'll be talking. Don't hang up when we get off. And everybody out there, you guys have a blessed and prosperous week. Next week we have. Can't remember. We have another guest next week. So, oh no, actually, just kidding, guys. I'm going to be camping. So we will not have a episode next week. So you guys will see me the following week.
We will have episode next week.
The hubby. He's a producer. He says what goes. All right, guys. Love to you. Prosperous blessings, love and light, and get lifted. Night.
Spark a conversation, verbal elation, stimulation, education. This is Menage with the Mary Jane Maven. When we on the air, it's always a lituation. Might talk about some litigation, might talk about some immigration, might talk about some politics, but never talking nonsense. Yes, we on in the slide. Watch and listen, it's a vibe. Watch it while you getting high, or you can listen while you drive. Just don't forget to subscribe.
Hold up, trying to get high.